The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson could be paid at the same time by the Jets. That's the latest report from the NFL Network. We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show on a Football Friday. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Friday, show number 2 on the day. Thank you to Nick Faria, who joined us on the first show to recap some big takeaways from minicamp. The Jets are officially off until July 22nd. That is when training camp for Aaron Glenn and company will get underway. Before training camp, is it possible that the New York Jets get a deal done with Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson? That's the conversation surrounding the Jets right now. Before we play you the latest from Ian Rappaport on the NFL Network, reminder, end of the day today is the deadline. If you want to join us for our group buy game this year, October 19th, Jets-Panthers, lock in your ticket. Link is in the description. You save money when you buy the ticket through us. Post-game field access for the first 75 people. We still have a couple spots left. Plus, we'll have info on a discounted group tailgate with Tailgate Joe in Lot E26 as well. With that said, let's talk about the latest with Sauce and Garrett Wilson. You heard Sauce Gardner yesterday make it clear he wants to be a Jet. If you missed it, this was Sauce on why he showed up to mandatory minicamp, and here he is talking about his future with the team.
Man, I just wanted to show my teammates, show the coaches how much I'm bought into this, man. I want to win. I want to change the organization. I want to be a part of changing the organization. You know, we got a new regime, you know, AG, his whole coaching staff that he brought in, Moogie, you know, just great guys. And I feel like Mr. Johnson did a great job of getting those type of guys to be here, and I feel like they're doing a great job in changing the culture for sure.
Okay, that's Sauce Gardner yesterday. Now, this was last night on the NFL Network. I can't play the full video because it gets flagged for copyright, which is ridiculous. Don't get me started. But I can play you the audio. So here's Ian Rappaport on NFL Network last night breaking down what he has heard about Sauce and Garrett's contract talks with the Jets.
Yeah, it certainly appears that when Sauce Gardner signs his new deal, and I really do expect the Jets to get this done at some point before the season, wouldn't be surprised if he's the highest paid corner, or at least right there with Derek Stingley. And this deal really shouldn't be that difficult to do. He is a great player, one of the faces of their franchise. Derek Stingley signed a 3-year, $90 million deal this offseason. If it gets there, I would imagine it gets done, maybe a little above that, just because he's the last. And I would also say this, because the Jets have several good young players, Garrett Wilson also in line for an extension. Wouldn't actually be surprised if the Jets do them similar timing. They're both faces of this organization. They came in the same draft class. They are friends. Like, it makes sense to do them the same time. So certainly something to look forward to for the Jets and Jets fans before the season.
What a moment that would be if both extensions are announced at the same time. That would be incredible. The two guys who came in and won the offensive and defensive rookie of the year, if they both got deals at the same time. And to me, it makes too much sense to not get done. That's a good report there from Ian Rappaport. Last week, Jeremy Fowler, or 2 weeks ago, Jeremy Fowler told Connor Long on this show that he has heard the Jets have made at least initial contract offers to both players. Sauce confirmed yesterday that the two sides are talking. Garrett, when he spoke the previous week, confirmed that the two sides have been talking. Neither player wanted to comment
on what the number they're looking for is. They just said, hey, our people, our agents, a.k.a., are handling that with the Jets. And look, these guys have done everything right as far as showing up to all the voluntary and mandatory stuff. Glenn has spoken highly of Garrett Wilson, saying plans to get him the ball. Glenn has talked about Sauce having the capabilities of being the best cornerback in the league. I think a key thing for the Jets, for Glenn, for Muji, was going to be, hey, how do these guys react to a new regime coming in? Are they going to give us a hard time? What's their work ethic? They want to see it firsthand before they commit to both players, but I think they're going to commit to both players. We already know they picked up the fifth-year option on Sauce and Garrett, same with Jermaine. So they picked up all three of the first-round options from the 2022 first-round picks. It means they're under contract for this upcoming year and one additional year. I think it behooves the Jets to get deals done now. Long-term, you save on your salary cap. That's the business angle of all this. You do it now, price only goes up, especially with Sauce. Sauce probably wants to beat Derek Stingley, right? You heard Rap Sheet there mention that number. If you say, well, Sauce is coming off a down year, let's wait until next year, and he bounces back the way I think he's going to, and I think the Jets internally believe he's going to, because otherwise, why would you offer him a contract now, right? If that number is going to be around 30, obviously the Jets think he's going to get back to being one of the top 3 to 5, if not top 1 to 2 corners in the league. They think that. That's why you get it done. If you wait and he bounces back, what's stopping Sauce Gardner with the cap going up 20% every year from saying, why am I just trying to beat Derek Stingley by a little? I'm a 3-time All-Pro in my first 4 years. Price is not 30. I want to reset the market. Stingley reset the market from 25 million AAV to 30. What's stopping Sauce from saying, I want 40 million, right? We just saw wide receivers getting now over $40 million. What's stopping Sauce from doing that a year from now if he's a first-team All-Pro for the third time in 4 years, right? So you see the risk if they wait. If you believe Sauce is going to bounce back, and I think they do, if you believe in his character, if you believe he's a good teammate, which they obviously do, if you believe in his leadership, which Glenn was highlighting yesterday, they obviously do, I say you just pay him now. Sends the right message to the locker room as well. Now, Garrett's deal is a little more complex because of the nature of his stats being a lot of times dependent on quarterback play and play caller, and the Jets have not had either one of those things straightened out for the vast majority of his career. But the reality is, we know what Garrett Wilson can do. He's a star. He's a leader, team-first guy, wants to win, wants to be here. This is a guy you pay. So I think the Jets are going to be able to get deals done with both. I'm hoping it's by training camp. I think that'd be awesome to start training camp with both guys locked in. But I'm not going to sit here and be, panicked, be angry if it's not done by the start of camp. I don't think either guy's going to hold out. Their sides will continue to talk. This could be something that maybe gets done by the start of the season. But it wouldn't shock me if it got done before training camp. To me, it just makes too much sense. You're going to have to allocate this money somewhere to other players if you don't sign them long-term. And that gets you Tremaine Johnson. That gets you Le'Veon Bell. That gets you all these guys who aren't good that you're overpaying for in free agency. You have Sauce, you pay him. To me, it's a no-brainer. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. On the first show today, we did the 28th AsManiac weekly raffle since December 1st. Congratulations again to Rick Kent on the full-size Jet helmet. Indy Jets, who won the Walt Clyde Frazier jersey. If you missed the first show, that was a whole saga. We can't allow a Pacers fan to win that. So Indy Jets was nice enough to allow a Knicks fan to win that prize. Jenergy is the one who's going home with the Walt Clyde Frazier jersey. Frank P. won the Kevin Mawai jersey. Bo C. won the Bart Scott jersey. And KND won our daily raffle of the Kevin Mawai jersey. So at the start of the show, you heard me mention that today's the last day you could lock in your spot to join us for Jets-Panthers. Last year, we did Jets-Texans on Thursday night. At that game, Garrett Wilson made the greatest catch I will ever see in my lifetime watching NFL football. An honor to see it in person. So, daily raffle. You have till the end of the show to enter. You see this right here? signed and authenticated Garrett Wilson, 8x10, making the catch of all catches. Air Wilson. I will send this to you, and you could frame it and put it in the man cave, Jet fans. I'm wearing the Sauce shirt. We're doing a Garrett Wilson giveaway as we talk about a new report from the NFL Network that the Jets are working on deals for Sauce and Garrett, and it's possible they both get done at the same time. So gift away if you want a chance to win the Garrett Wilson photo at the end of the show. Real quick, here are the top 2 prizes in next week's Asmaniac raffle. Joe Namath signed football. Back to a Joe Willie item again, because we all love Broadway Joe. And item 2, we're taking a trip to Revis Island, a signed Darrelle Revis football. Both these include certificates of authentication. Comments, questions, super chats. Do you believe the New York Jets will get a deal done with both Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson? That is the question. Super chat from Dan, who says, sign Antonio Brown. He has killer instinct. Ladies and gentlemen, today's awful joke of the day goes to Dan the Jet fan, but thank you for the super chat. The Lump Man is the first to gift channel memberships today. He's in for 5. Let's go, Luppy.
We are mama way.
If you hear your name called, you thank Luppy for gifting you a channel membership. Jets Forever number 2. Curvin Ledger. I miss old Howard Stern. Rick Fisher. And TV's Mark Francis, all receiving channel memberships. Rick Kent, who won the full-sized Broadway Joe helmet earlier today. He's in our next raffle for 5. Rick, thank you very much. Rick gifting 5 channel memberships.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Speaking of Charles Gorman, he has promised to call in and shave live on the air during this stream. Gorman was already paid $30 of the $70 we raised in 5 minutes during yesterday's second show for him to shave live on the air. That's what the people want. And who am I to question the people? So when Gorman calls in, it's shaving time, baby. And then Gorman will receive the final $40 that the Asmaniacs raised for him to shave on the air. Hopefully he doesn't use a machete this time. Dan the Jet fan, he is in the raffle for 1. Dan, thank you very much. We'll get your name down. Dan's gifted membership. I'll tell you who got it in a second, but first, Rick's memberships went to Robert Fandel, Drink Toreno, Adam Horvath, Mr. K, and Blaze and Molly. Dan's membership went to FPP. So we are off and running on our Garrett Wilson signed photo raffle. Open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. Level of confidence, Jets and Sauce, Jets and Garrett get deals done. I think both get done before the year starts. I'm hoping they're both done before training camp. I think that'd be an awesome way to kick off the summer, get it done. Remember, the Jets signed Quinnen Williams right before training camp a couple years ago, and that was, at the time, the largest contract they have ever given out to any player. I think both Sauce and Garrett will beat that number because we're a couple of years later. Cap only goes up, and I think it makes sense. So I think we're going to see both guys ultimately get paid here. Aaron writes in, where has Bobby Midnight been? Bobby Midnight is a tough guy to figure out. I'm sensing a lot of jealousy from Bobby Midnight. Yesterday, he had the unmitigated gall to go live at the same time as Little Joey's birthday party. Gator never goes live on his own channel. And the one time he does, Bobby, who never calls into this show anymore, decided to fire up a stream at the same time. A lot of people are saying that was a Bush League move by Mr. Midnight. Bobby Midnight, you should end your stream out of respect to Little Joey's birthday.
Put me full screen then.
No, don't make demands. It's not your show.
Will you shut up?
Okay.
Happy birthday, Little Joey.
How angry is Bobby Midnight that no one's watching his show right now and everyone's tuned in for the birthday party of a guinea pig? Bobby's got his cat on the screen right now on his. He's trying to compete. He's getting destroyed. So I have it on mute, but it looks like he's getting very mad. I don't know. I guess someone's relaying to him that we're making fun of his low audience. Little Joey brings in the numbers, baby.
You're pretty impressive with that stroke there, petting him. You're pretty good with that motion.
I've done this for 16 years.
I'm sure you have, buddy.
What a moment it was last night for the Little Joey birthday spectacular. Comments, questions, super chats. JoJo says, bad look for Bobby. I agree. And look, I love Bobby. I'm always going to be a Bobby guy, but he only called into this show 7 total times in the month of May. He's only called into this show 1 time so far, I believe, in the month of June. And he's going live right as my show ends and we hand things over to Gator to host the Little Joey B-Day Spectacular. It's bad luck. I agree. Tom A says, Little Joey had a day to remember. Little Joey will never forget it. Cincy Matt writes in, I'm a Bobby apologist, but he started his stream literally the exact same time he knew what he was doing. I can't defend Bobby. I can't. I think he owes Little Joey, Beastbreaker, and especially Gator, who has done so much for him and his show, a big-time apology. Joshua says, Hollywood Bobby is a superstar. Tough to argue with that. He's gone all Bobby Hollywood on us. Joshua says, Bobby's jealous Charles getting paid to shave when Bobby hasn't shaved in months. That I don't know. Dan writes in, Jake, the way Sauce was laughing and smirking when they brought up the numbers make me think it's already done. Highest paid corner for sure. I mean, if I'm Sauce's agent, I would not sign for a penny less than what Stingley got. Stingley was better last year. You can't argue that. Go look at games played in Stingley's career and go look at Sauce's first 2 years. He was a better player. Now, Stingley was awesome last year. This is not to, say that he's not great. He is great. He was awesome. But I would not sign a contract that's less than what Stingley got if I'm Sauce Gardner. I wouldn't. If the Jets are unwilling to do that, I'd bet on myself if I was Sauce, and I'll be a first-team All-Pro, and then I could ask for $40 million next year. What's stopping me? I don't think it's going to get to that point, though. I think the two sides are going to get something done. It sounds like they're making pretty big progress here. Nick Shine writes in, Bobby's actions are indefensible. It's tough to argue. Now, Nick Shine, can you do me a favor and text Charles Eugene M. Gorman, hey, what time you calling in to shave? Because Charles never responded to any post on the Discord. And there's a lot of people, including some who paid good money, that are tuned in to watch a grown man shave. Ladies and gentlemen, phone lines are open. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. First up today on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who saw his guinea pig be celebrated, the likes of which we have never seen before.
Happy birthday to you.
Does he want regular style or does he want like heavy metal style? What do you want, Beast?
A little Anthrax mixture with Public Enemy going.
Can you do that?
I don't know if I could do that, but I could go heavy metal or normal, whichever you want.
Hey, heavy metal with a little mixture of.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Since the live stream is going so well and so many people are watching, I don't know if you're aware of this, but my garbage man's birthday is next week. Can we get another show from you to honor him?
Shut up!
Happy birthday to Jerry. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! He likes Kevin James, doesn't he? He likes doing this too. This is his fun.
Oh, look at that.
Are you ready to go in?
Beast, you there?
Give me a second. I'm putting my phone cord in because I'm charging up the teléfono la más. I passed. Ay. Jake-san. Give me a minute. Yagi coming, son. Yankee coming.
You look good today, Beast.
I passed all that. I passed all my tests. They said I'm way too tough.
Is that what they said?
Yep, I'm way too tough. You'd have to hit me with a tank, a bowler, and a couple of hundreds and hundreds of men to knock me out.
Did they say that you were a beacon of health?
I'm very strong. Too tough. I'm way too tough. That's what I was told. So I'm like, that's good. That's a good sign. Yeah. Took the Metro. That was the first time going on the Metro, just sitting there, just going. But I didn't like the seats. The seats were too dirty, not clean, and then sitting on the seats is like, little slimy. But that's okay.
Big fella says Beast arteries are way too tough and clogged.
Clogged, no, but tough, yeah. I might not look like Mr. Clean, that stuff for the floor, but I am way too strong and I'm way too tough.
JD says chances your blood work was good is 0. He's not buying it.
In the words of Jake, as he wants it, you know what? You get that. Bullshit to you too. Now my doctors have told me I need to relax and take it easy for a little while. At least
Nate says, Beast, if you got a heart disease, would you even tell us?
Can we not get with all the questions today, please? I've had enough.
You love the questions. What do you mean?
I understand that, but it's time to start taking it easy. Can't be jumping around like this. I'm not 25 anymore. 41. Gotta start taking it easy. The easiest thing is to lay low and take it easy for a little while and to enjoy. Because someone once told me, there are going to be days where you're going to have to lay low for a little while and take it easy. You can't.
Joshua says Beast doctors are guilty of malpractice if his doctor said he's healthy.
To you, Joshua, right here. Double bird special, 50 and 50, $100 a piece. How you like them apples, monkey?
3 Siblings says you are too tough, but you run from the real Bobby Beasley.
You know what, 3 Siblings? Screw you. I don't need jack shit from you, asshole.
Nick Shine says it takes a day or two for blood work to come back.
Well, I already got a phone call from McNeil today. They already told me after having this blood work done by Dr. Garcia's office, I have had my my levothyroxine up to 150 now. Gotta take it every day now.
Rick Kent wants to know what happened to the kidney stones.
You know what? That is in the past. I'm gonna move on from this. Jake, today's enough of a day for me. Being on the Metro, then to the CTA, and then have all this go through at me. Doctors have already told me, take it easy, lay low for a little while, and don't just let it go. Just rest.
Thank you, Beast. We'll check back in with you. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the main event? Yesterday, the Asmaniacs in 5 minutes raised $70 for this man to shave live on the air. Charles Eugene M. Gorman. He is going to be paid to shave. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello to the man himself.
Hey, Charles! You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. Hey, Charles! I'm not saying that Glowski takes steroids. Please, some of it. Hey, Charles! Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, Charles!
What the hell? You started already?
Yeah. I'm waiting.
You're supposed to do it on the air when I introduce you. What are you doing?
Shaving.
You were not supposed to start yet.
Sorry.
You're supposed to shave on the show. If you started shaving before the show, that doesn't make any sense. That defeats the whole purpose.
Sorry, I got a little too antsy there.
You just robbed the people of the full experience, Charles. This is one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made in your entire life. People want their money back.
Sorry, everybody.
This is ridiculous. Your pay's being cut in half.
Fine, you can give me $35. That's fine.
I already paid you $30.
Fine, give me 2.5.
No, I'm gonna have to talk this over with the people that donated. J Quest says how much to put him in the hole? $50. 10 memberships. Unbelievable. What a terrible decision, Charles. How do you look yourself in the mirror right now?
Pretty good right now.
Johnny Danks checks in. Charles, what the hell? I'm very disappointed you started.
I was waiting for Jake to end BS with Beast.
You were not waiting. You just called in. You were apparently taking a nap. Nick Shine called you.
I know you did.
So why would you then immediately start shaving? Rick Kent says he's not even using shaving cream. No wonder why he cuts himself.
I am using shaving cream, actually.
Jaden says, thanks for nothing, Charles. This is a disgrace, Charles. You recognize what's happening here, right? People are mad. People are rightfully pissed.
Sorry, I kept the mustache.
I don't think you realize the level of crime that you just committed. Well, I'll tell you what, Charles. You're going to realize it now. Your day is done, Charles. 10 memberships gifted by Bo. See you in the hole.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
No, I'm appalled. I apologize to everyone out there. Charles really let us down. He let us down. To those that donated, we'll account for your memberships in the raffle. We will refund your money if you so choose. Just sad. Just sad. I expected more from Charles. All right? If you want to see what a man looks like in the hole while shaving, though, that I could provide for you. How's the hole, Charles?
It's great. Never felt so comfy.
What you did is disgraceful.
Sorry, everybody.
Disgraceful, Charles. Disgraceful. How dare you, Charles? I know you're still there. You hear every word that's coming out of my mouth.
I can hear you all the way from Brooklyn.
You owe a lot of people an apology. What you've done is disgraceful.
Sorry.
Nick Shine writes in, Jets fans haven't been this disappointed since Aaron Rodgers started 17 games. Bo says, stay in the hole and think about what you did.
Actually, the hole's not that bad. It's actually very comfy.
Unbelievable. This is just, this really is one of the bigger letdowns I've experienced, and I experienced in the last 2 Jet seasons.
You know what the big letdown for me was?
What's that?
Being catfished.
Nate writes in, how much for Charles to look for a job on his next call?
I already did. I already gave my information to the local Trax car wash in Edison.
J Quest says, disaster, Charles, and I've been your biggest supporters, but this time you let me down. Boomtown writes in, only a Patriots fan would pull this kind of stunt.
Guess so.
Nick Sean writes in, does Charles getting in this hole mean he's still a virgin?
Yes.
Frank P says, no $50 for Squatty Potty, but it will go to a better cause. The Jake Asman Show. You realize Frank was going to send you $50 for you to shave while standing on the Squatty Potty. That's all you had to do. You just threw away free money from this amazing community. I'll sit there all day.
Sorry, Frank P.
Shame. You brought such shame to this community, Charles.
Don't know what else to say.
Purple Belt Mike says, you let more people down than Zach Wilson. Nate says, that's 80s Wendy's McNuggets just tossed away, Chuck. Now, let me ask this for the chat. Is there anything Charles could do to try and get some sort of redemption? Would you be open for some possible suggestions, Charles, to try and make good on what has transpired here?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. If you have a suggestion of what Charles could do live on the air for entertainment purposes, write it in. Charleston Jets Troop, shave his chest. Mike D's Nuts, shave his head. J-Quest, shave his chest. Nick Shine says somehow he still needs the shave. You really didn't shave much, or that well, I should say. Eli says wax his chest. Dave Brigga says shave the chest. Charles?
Yes?
Can you respond to any of these suggestions? It's hard to do a show when you're talking to nobody.
I did shave my chest in the past. It was interesting.
Nick Shine says, run down the hall of this building in your underwear yelling Superman lost his powers at the top of your lungs.
No, I'm not going to do that.
PVM says shave the chest.
Fine, I'll shave my chest.
Shave the chest, Charles.
All right.
Electric razor.
Oh, the electric razor.
Yeah, you realize how painful that would be if you used a normal razor to do that? You actually thought that was a good idea.
Somewhat, yes.
Well, here's what I'm going to do, Charles. I'm going to temporarily remove you from the hole, okay?
Yes.
It is on you now to come through for the Asmaniac community.
All right.
Otherwise, you go right back to the hole, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord. This is what the people want on a football Friday.
It's football Friday, not football today, Stephen.
It's a football Friday. I'm giving away a signed Garrett Wilson photo at the end of the show. We led the show talking about Sauce and Garrett.
Can I shave my chest now?
Yes, but hold on. I'm going to go full screen. I also want to have some proper music for the moment. Okay?
Thank you.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. He's shaving. Charles Gorman, here we go. Why are you doing it like that, Charles? This is how you ended up with a wound that we're still discussing weeks later. Up and down. Not in a circle. Good Lord. North and south.
What I'm doing?
I don't even think anything's happening. Could someone call in that's an expert on shaving? Boomtown says help him, Jake. I don't think I can help him.
I did use a straight edge before.
Oh, good Lord. No, I don't want you to murder yourself live on the air. That could be a problem.
I'm not going to murder myself.
I thought you have an electric shaver, like a buzzer.
I do.
Is it even on?
It is on, yeah.
I don't hear the bzzz. I don't hear it.
I do, do you?
Is it on?
Yeah.
No one hears it.
What the hell? It's on, Jake, look.
Then why isn't it working?
Maybe I gotta charge it. Hold on.
Oh, good Lord. Shout out to anyone still watching this. God damn it. Bo writes in, eyebrows. He should go albino. Papa Jet. Jake, Bo has the best idea. What was Bo's idea? Shaving the eyebrows? Johnny Danks wants a personal apology. I think we all want one, Johnny. This is incredibly disappointing. This has not been on the whole time, Charles. That's what's happening here. I don't think you had it on. But at first, here's the thing. At first, he was going like this, like with a circular motion with an electric razor. I'm like, what are you doing? What are we doing here? Unbelievable. Salem says, imagine this is the first video you stumble across. Imagine being a Jet fan. You're like, I'm going to check out some Jets content on YouTube. Minicamp just ended. What's the latest with the team? And then you tune in and you see this. Oh, good Lord. Oh, my God. This is brutal. Charles, come on, man. Charles.
Yes?
What are you doing?
Can I shave? Why?
You don't know what you're doing, clearly.
Actually, I do.
You clearly do not. This is what happened last time Charles shaved. Good Lord.
Final. You know what, Jake? Hold on 1 second.
Patriots 12. Patriot fans can't top your show. I'll give you that. Patriots fans stink. You guys are all bandwagoners. Oh, good Lord. Here we go. He's using a straight edge now.
So far, it's worked good.
Oh, this could end poorly, folks. Why aren't you using shaving cream? Don't use razors. This is not a good idea. Do not do this. Oh, good God. Ladies and gentlemen, the official chaperone of Charles Gorman is on the line. We're joined by Nick Shine. Nick, hello.
Where do we even start here? All right, first off, Charles, the electric razor that you're using is used for like stubble. Your chest hair is entirely too long to be using that. All right, so that's error number one. Oh my God, we're gonna watch a man cut his own chest open and bleed out on YouTube, aren't we?
You're not going to watch the man cut his chest open. It's not going to.
You're going too fast. Slow down with the straight edge, Charles.
Yeah, you gotta slow, Charles. Much like with a lady, you gotta go slow and steady. Don't drag it across at a really fast rate because you're just gonna glide over the hair. Go nice and no. Stop. This is unwatchable. Charles.
Yes.
Look at me, Charles. Can you see me? You want to go like little little stabs at a time. I shouldn't say stabs with you. You don't want to drag it 12 inches down your chest. You want to go a little bit at a time, rinse it out. Little bit at a time, rinse it out. Focus on one area, get that area done, and then proceed to move on to the next area if you haven't bled out yet. No, too far, too long. Jake, you know the worst part of this?
What's that,
I'm
Nick?
working at a school on the street Charles lives on. Like, I am a quarter mile down the street from him. I am not going there to help him shave. Damn it.
I will say, if you show up and teach him how to use the electric razor, it might be great content. This is.
We need a lot more than $70 in Venmos if I'm leaving work to go help a grown man shave.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've already paid Charles $30. The other 40 is yours if you show up and help him.
Oh, gee, thank you. All right, Charles, keep the razor wet. And if you're drying out and it's getting dry and it's pulling, put more lotion or shaving cream on.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Now rinse the razor out. Rinse the razor out because you're quite a hairy little young man.
I inherited that from my father.
Thank you for that info.
I'm already looking at one Gorman without a shirt on. We don't need to envision another.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who helped Charles get back the $700+ he was scammed is on the line for shaving assistant. Purple Belt Mike joins us now. Hello, Mike.
I think we should just end it. Let him. He's gonna get bumps the way that he's doing it. He's gonna be itchy as hell tomorrow. I think we should cut it.
Should we?
He did his chest already. Let's cut it. He's gonna be itchy as all hell tomorrow.
Charles, do you own aftershave?
I don't have aftershave yet. No.
You do or don't?
Don't.
Well, that could be an issue with the itchiness.
He's gonna get some itchy bumps.
Do you have
man.
like aftershave or like baby powder?
I don't think I have baby powder. No.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
All right, Charles. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna end the stream. You're gonna go in the shower. You're gonna wash yourself off here.
Well, it kind of looks ridiculous if he doesn't
Bad
finish
advice,
the shave,
Mike.
though, to be
Bad
fair.
advice, Mike. Horrible advice, Mike. Why are you even on the show at this point, Mike? We're going to call you Bad Take Mike from now on instead of Purple Belt.
I don't want him to get all itchy or cut himself. You know what I'm saying?
He's got to learn his lesson, Mike.
And you know what? People paid good money for him just to shave his face. This is just a make good on scamming the Asmaniac community.
See, that was actually a good stroke right there. That was a good stroke. You got a lot going on there. That was good.
Hey, now.
He's getting better.
And you got to keep the razor clean out of the hair. You got to keep rinsing it out underneath. Focus on one area. You're going all over the place.
Jake, how many people are online watching this?
189 people are tuned in live right now.
Oh, man.
And thousands
somehow
after the
watching
fact.
Joey's birthday party yesterday is easier to explain.
My wife looked at me with the stare of death. She's like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey, Charles, can you move over a little bit so you're more center in the camera shot? Thank you.
There we go. 2 nips, dead center. And then he goes right back.
Yep. Nice.
Be a good time
Charles,
to
rinse
tell.
it out. Rinse it out. If you're not taking hair off of your chest, you got to rinse it out. Focus on one little 1-inch area. Get that clean. Then move down lower. I can't believe he hasn't said ow 100 times so far.
He must have a high pain tolerance. What kind of razor do you have?
Remarkable.
Gillette.
The best a man can
This
get,
is
they
a
say.
horrible advertisement for Gillette. Jake, I hope Gillette's not an
I thought it was
advertiser
a
on the
dollar
show because
razor.
This is a horrible.
That's why everyone should use House of Atlas instead and use my promo code while you're there for all your razors and men's facial hair needs.
I got the razor from Manscaped. I use that.
House of Atlas, 30% off. Code Asman, folks.
Charles, how's that one area at a time method working? Good?
Go get it for yourself.
Very good.
Looks pretty smooth. Indy Jet
Add some
says, I
more
want to
cream.
hear him yell.
Add some more shaving cream.
Frankly, I'm going to stand on the
Charles, add
sideline.
some more shaving cream.
What an angle. Dominic
You gotta-
says, I'm glad I'm watching this in Starbucks. Everyone write in the chat, where are you watching the show from currently? This is fascinating.
You think he's going to get
Ironically,
razor
this
bumps
is the
tomorrow?
same view that the... Oh, yeah, he has them now.
Yeah.
Ironically, Mike, this is the same view that the stripper had that we got him.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Uh-oh, is that Charles's mic?
I think that's Charles's mic.
Charles, what's going on?
Mike.
Is your phone underwater? Did water get on your phone?
No, it's my hand.
What do you mean it's your hand?
My hand's under the water, not my phone.
GTA, the fuck did I just tune into?
Oh, fuck. My wife walked out of the house. She said, fuck this, I'm watering the plants.
Dylan, hope you're feeling better, man. He writes in, brother, what is this? Big fella writes in, Jake Craig from Australia can shave a wombat better than this disgraceful attempt. Nick, you're back with us. I know you lost connection briefly. What do you make of what's happening here with Charles?
I mean, this is
This is an all-timer.
Jake. We've said it when we've been on air together that he just does things that make you instantly forget about his last call. I don't understand how this guy keeps raising the bar on call-ins to YouTube shows, but he is one of one. And I will admit right now, as much as I love the big fella, I regret voting for the big fella that day because Charles Gorman should have won the whole fucking tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, memberships are flying off the shelves as this is happening. So if you're wondering, how does a Jet YouTube show talk about a team that's missed the playoffs since 2010 every day year-round? Is because Eli just gifted 5 in the middle of watching what appears to be a pregnant man shave. And big fella just gifted.
Yes, I'm fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie with Danny DeVito.
Jake, they're shaving him before his C-section.
Hit the music, Charles. I know you need it. God. Oh my God. Look at that little cup move there.
That was good, Charles. You might not know how to shave, but you know how to wipe off white cream from your stomach. Very well done.
Ralphie writes it. This isn't going to end well for.
There he goes.
Now Kraft writes it. I was not exclusive boner fuel. I turned in. Cynthia writes in. How many months, Charles?
How many what?
Don't worry about it. Jay Quest says, I thought watching a guinea pig's birthday was going to get me divorced, but this might be the last straw. How we doing, Charles? We're making progress?
Look.
Pretty good?
Crystal clear.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I'm good.
Can you imagine if razors could talk and tell a story, what that razor would have to say?
Is that it, Charles? We're done right now?
Yes.
All right. I will spare the people who are dying. I
I'm
think
still
Charles...
getting paid, right?
Say it again?
I'm still getting paid, right?
Yes. Yes. I will still pay you the remaining $40.
I don't know.
You have an issue with that, Nick?
I call bullshit. I can still see a throw lug on his chest.
look, you're not wrong. I'm trying to end on a somewhat high note where he didn't get all bloodied up, which is a major concern of mine.
All right, that's fair. I digress. Damn it.
Now, Charles, let me ask you this. If I do pay you, what are you spending that money on?
Porn magazines. No, I'm just kidding. Treat. Well, since Nick and I are gonna be hanging out tomorrow, I'll see what I
Did
can
you
do.
just pinch both of your nipples? You just pinched both of your nipples. Stop!
What?
Stop! Stop pinching your nipples while you're looking at us.
This is a family show, Chuck.
I think it's pumping my nipples. My bad. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Austin Powers.
Charles, you're on very thin ice right now. At any second, I'll throw your ass right back in the hole.
I already am in the hole.
I took you out of the hole for you to make it up for the people that paid money to watch you shave.
I like how his nipples are between the bars.
The razor strap.
That's
I want everyone to know that viewership has actually increased during this segment here with Charles.
Thank me for that, Joe.
You're welcome, Charles. You should be thanking me for making you a star.
No, I make myself a star.
Look at you. Confident, Chuck. I'll tell you what, Charles. I will definitely pay you the remaining $40 that you're owed. But I would recommend you figuring out how to use your electric razor so you could finish shaving your actual chest so it doesn't look like you shaved like a V into your body.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I can't wait for the season. Yankees just swept the Royals yesterday. Can't wait to keep the Red Sox ass this weekend. Fuck Boston. And let's go, babe. Let's go New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Eugene M. Gorman with us there. Now I'm going to bring back Nick and PBM. I'll say this. If anyone wants to contribute to the Venmo, I'll send to Charles, Jake-Asman. 100% of the money goes to the guy who just provided that entertainment for all of us on a Friday here. So Venmo me, and I'll make sure that Chuck gets all of it. Also, for those tuning in late, somehow this is a sports show. I'm giving away this signed 8x10 authenticated Garrett Wilson photo at the end of the show to one lucky Asmaniac out there. PBM, your thoughts on what you saw there from Gorman?
I don't even. I'm speechless, to be honest. You know, you got to give Charles credit. Charles doesn't say no to much, and he winds up doing it. He's got balls. I will give him that. He does it. He doesn't turn down much.
One of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greats.
I really
Jeff,
don't know how he lost.
I have PTSD now. Thanks, Jake. Yo Holmes is taking the opposite approach. Please never Venmo Charles money. He is a bum. Mike says someone send him some Nair. Boomtown writes in, Jake, should I go ahead and write up Charles for #1 in June now? I think it's fair to say Gorman is the overwhelming favorite to be #1 this month in the power rankings. Nick, your thoughts on what just transpired?
He's UCLA in the 70s. He is UCLA in the 70s. He's on a run right now.
Tomorrow he's gonna have some itchy bumps, man. Holy shit! He's gonna be hurting tomorrow.
Barbarossa, I just received your $5 Venmo. I will add it to the Gorman Fund. Incredible. Leany writes in, we are getting Chinese for dinner. I believe I just lost my appetite. Understandable.
Jake, I know that you are a Capelfish, and I know that the Asmaniacs do love to have a part of history. Do you think that we could raffle the razor off that he just used?
There's a ton of interest in authenticated Charles Gorman merch. I mean, look what the underwear went for at the draft party. There was a bidding war.
Who won that?
The person who won would like to remain anonymous.
Really?
Yeah.
What did
I
it
could
go
have just
for?
made. I could have just made that whole thing up. We don't know.
What did it go for?
Here's what we do. I get him one of the Ziploc bags, and you know how the Ziploc bags have like the white label, so like parents can label the kids like breakfast or whatever, their lunch with their name on it. We write Charles Gorman chest shave with the date and in a sealed bag, and give it out that way. That way, it's protected from all of the blood that's all over that fucking thing.
What a moment in time. I'll always remember the day Charles Gorman shaved his chest on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, Indy Jets is dying to get on the screen with us. Indy, what did you make of what just transpired?
Yeah. So my 8-year-old grandson happens to just pop up, sit down beside me right in the middle of this fiasco. He looks at me and says, "What the hell?" And says, it turns around, gets up and says, "I'm going to go play in the street." Thanks, Jake. My grandson's out playing in the street, and he says he's swearing and playing in the street just because of this. And I haven't stopped laughing since.
Ladies and gentlemen,
had a shave from Charles.
Indy, you're the man. God. All right, I might lose you guys for a second as I switch slides here, so I'll bring you back on. But hold on, let's see. Make sure StreamYard is. Nick. Charles. I didn't even.
I got to go back to
there. We'll let you get back to work, Nick. Thank you very much. Mike, any final thoughts before I let you run?
Maybe he should use the money and get some aftershave. You know, Amazon that shit to his house. He'll get
Good
it
idea.
tomorrow.
That was originally going to be one of my housewarming gifts, but I went with the Squatty Potty instead.
Yeah, he needs some aftershave, so he should. You're going to be hurting tomorrow, dude. Get that shit.
Mike, let us know what happens with your wife when you try to explain what was just happening there.
Oh, she knows. She's outside. She left.
Okay.
So.
Well, if you want her to meet Charles, maybe Charles could apologize for any PTSD that caused. I'm sure he'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, she's good, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Purple Belt Mike.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was something. Ladies and gentlemen, Gator McCluskey has just sent in a Venmo to the Charles Gorman Shaving Fund. Cynthia just sent in a Venmo. Charles, you may never have to work another day in your life by the time this show ends. Incredible. Best community. Couple super chats to get to, and then I'll do my best to get us back on Jet Talk, but I feel like it could be one of those Friday shows. I'm doing my best because I am going to give away a signed Garrett Wilson 8x10 photo. The catch he made against the Texans, I will mail it to you. This year's group buy is the Panther game. Last year was the Texans game where Garrett made that catch. So do a little theme prize reminder. Get your tickets for Jets Panthers. Join us on October 19th if you haven't done so already. Super chat from Steven who says, the level of our Jets fan, I can never pronounce this word, masochism, right? A masochist? Masochism? I don't know how to say the chism part, but you get the point. Has just reached the pinnacle. We're out of our minds. Yes. I knew this fan base was nuts. We still support this team. But the passion is a different breed. Snowball writes in, next week, Charles will be plucking nose hairs for cash. Tom A says, Jake, it's Friday in June. This is Jets Talk. It's Friday in June, the day after minicamp. This is where we're at. Joshua writes in, Bobby on a show is shaving his ass right now. Bobby's boycott of this show, very sad. He'll deny it, but we know what's really happening. Tom Ace wrote in, look out, Sydney Sweeney. Cynthia, another raffle entry. Thank you very much, Cynthia. All right, I'm going to go to a caller who usually has salient points on the Jets and the Asmaniac community. And boy, do we need a big-time phone call to try and fix this train wreck of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Clifton time.
He's inside, he's
had like probably the best Jets points I ever had. Now I can't remember them.
I mean, Charles shaving really just knocked the speech out of people. I get it.
I feel violated. I got to be honest with you. Like when Charles was catfished, this is like analogous to that, right? Because like I stood up for this guy. I said he's a man of his word. And what do? You go to him, and he's already in mid shave. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with this guy? Hurtful.
I don't even know how to really comprehend what just happened there. I look forward to studying the tape back and trying to come up with some sort of thoughts in time for whenever I'm live next.
Yeah, I mean, this is something
I need the weekend off, honestly, after that.
This is not something that will be remedied by a simple full body wax.
No. I think you're right. Although if European Wax Center wants to sponsor the show, please, we'll send Charles Gorman as our European wax ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, if we can allow ourselves to maybe drift back into the Jets lane and try and get there mentally, I know it's going to be hard.
Good luck.
I'll give it a shot. I'm all for Garrett and Sauce getting what they're worth. Let's get that done. Let's get it done now, so we don't have this hanging over them in training camp. The human being in me knows what Jermaine has contributed to this team. We obviously cannot go there because of the injury with him just yet. We have to hope that he can show out as soon as possible this year. And, even if he doesn't play as well as we had hoped, maybe we can franchise him, get another look at him, make sure that he gets compensated well for that 1 year. That's basically where I stand with it. I as far as Brees goes, I take the tack like most NFL front offices do. Like these guys are largely viewed as disposable, unfortunately. I don't see us re-upping with a guy who's already had a torn ACL when we can just go into the mid rounds and have him replaced. That's just the economics of the game. Now, if another team can meet his price point and they feel like he's a particular fit for their system, that's where he's going to probably find his second home. So if you're a Brees fan, enjoy it while you can. I think it's coming to an end.
Well, what's interesting though is I think it depends on what version of Brees we get. Like if he has like this like Pro Bowl level year, it could mean, hey, the Jets don't want to pay him because they don't value running backs, or we really need him because we're either going to bring Fields back or we have a rookie and we need Brees, to be the leader of our offense. And I also think it's how they use Brees. Like if they're using him the way I want him to be used, where he's doing everything like McCaffrey does, for example, with the Niners, I think he's just too valuable to not pay. Like I think there's certain running backs that there's an exception to the rule. Oh, you don't pay backs. Like I think if Brees ends up being their second leading receiver, which is possible, right? With the style of offense we think they're going to run, I feel like you might have to keep him at that point because he's so valuable for you, right? So I think it's what he looks like and then how they're using him to determine if it's worth actually giving him that deal as a running back.
But just to level set, what you're saying here is that he's having an AP or a McCaffrey-like season, and that's why we have to bring him back. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, if he has like that kind of year, okay. I think there might be an argument to bring him back because it's not like you have all these other expensive players on your team at that point, and you have the franchise tag, so you could just put that on him for a year too if you're not sure.
Right. We'll see. I mean, I think it really depends on the free agency class is going to impact it a little bit, right? I think the current regime kind of looked at this current class as if it were bare. If we have someone that might be a good fit out there for us, maybe that money is better allocated towards them. And then, like I said before, these guys, you get them in the 4th round, you can get them in the 5th round. That's the one thing I keep on coming back to. In an ordinary year, you can get that, and this year was even more so like that. So I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, excellent job getting us to some Jets talk. It is appreciated. There's no one on hold besides one person right now. So if you want in, now is the time to do it. Addison just sent me what the AI summary was during the Gorman shave debacle. Viewers are reacting with shock, amusement, and even the horror at Charles' shaving technique, calling it disturbing. The face of a serial killer, and wax on, wax off. Some are wondering if the razor is even on. If you're just tuning in, holy bleep, have you missed one of the wild shows we've ever done? JD writes in, thinking Brees will be the odd man out, too many others to pay. Look, if you're betting on it, it probably would be him because he's a running back. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion he's not on the team next year. They have the franchise tag. We've seen teams use it to keep running backs specifically. The best thing for the Jets and Brees Hall is for Brees to be amazing this year, and you figure it out next year. That's the hope. Big fella, hot take. I don't think Braylon Allen is that guy. I don't know. I like Braylon Allen, but he's not definitively like this bell cow that's going to be the long-term starter if they let Brees go. I haven't seen enough yet either. Gator, please email me what you just texted me here. Good God. As you guys would expect, Gator's already hard at work after that Charles experience. JD says, Jake, does the tag count against the cap and had to? No. So the downside of the tag is 100% on your cap. So if you tag a running back, and I think it's around $14 million right now, that's $14 million right on the cap. You can't finagle it where, if you extend a guy, you could lower their cap number by paying out some of their signing bonus, or teams use void years in deals that lower cap numbers. It's like a credit card. Eventually the bills do, but you could spread it out. But if you use the franchise tag, it's 100% against the cap. The Brooklyn boys, this is Josh checking in. I'm thinking it's a 5-1 ration of gabagool to Jets talk. Amen. Shurzy says, what did I miss? I have to go back. Well, I'll tell you what. You missed a lot today. The first show was incredible. This show right here is incredible. It's been a wild one. This is what you missed if you tuned in late.
I don't know why I'm being called a bum here on the channel, but I feel insulted.
How would you feel about this being our new channel emoji, Charles? If we emoji, Edgemo emoji-ize that.
That's fine.
That's a pretty big honor to get a channel emoji.
I have the one with my face on the chicken soup can.
Yeah. Eli says, Charles, you ain't a bum. Gary, Charles ain't no bum.
Holmes keeps calling me.
Well, ignore Yo Holmes. Barbarossa says, Charles, you aren't a bum. You're a good family man. You're going to get a job real soon. Jack, Charles, we love you, bro. Charles, this community loves you. That's why they paid so much money for you. Cynthia, Charles, you're not a bum.
Thank you.
You're not a bum, Charles. You're the man. We love you.
I just told Nick Sean I went to Trax Car Wash in Edison, which is like a 13-minute walk from my apartment. I gave him my contact information. They're not hiring at the moment, but I gave them my contact information. And I told my job coach. He's very happy about that.
That's great. So what I'm not understanding about this job coach is, like, you did that on your own. So what exactly is she doing?
She's waiting for the information in regards to the warehouse thing I'm going to try out next Tuesday.
So that's new information here. So tell us about this job that you're trying out for on Tuesday.
Well, it's a warehouse setting. It's in Piscataway.
Okay, so it's a warehouse setting in Piscataway, which is how far from where you're located, roughly?
Pretty far. Piscataway is a pretty good distance.
But you don't drive, so have you thought of the transportation process to get there?
Yeah, Uber.
Okay, so you'd Uber each way.
Yes.
What would you be making enough money where you wouldn't just basically be working for free?
I hope so.
Well, it defeats the purpose of this job interview if it costs more than what you're going to make in a day.
Yeah, now that you reminded me, I'm actually gonna talk to her about that. Next time I'm actually gonna talk to her about that after this call. Thank you for reminding me about that.
No problem, Charles. I should be your job coach. Let the
No, she's a good
Asmaniacs be your
woman,
job
Miss
coach.
Moskowitz, or Miss Mosk, as you call her. She's
Yeah,
a good woman.
She might be a good woman. Robert Saleh was a good man, but he wasn't a good head coach.
Well, Miss Moskowitz ain't soft. Trust me.
Yeah, but if she can't get the job done, it doesn't matter.
She's still waiting on the information, so I'm probably being a bit too more patient for your liking, but
Charles, you need a job that's near you within reason, so you're not spending money on Uber to go to and from, and then all of a sudden, whatever this job is paying you, even if it's a great job, there's no point if you're not making any money. You're just canceling it out.
That's true.
So she needs to know that. She needs to know that you don't drive, or we need to potentially.
She knows that I don't drive.
Okay. Well, if you said Piscataway is far from where your new apartment is, it kind of defeats the whole purpose, no?
Yes.
This coach does not sound like a great coach. The Chad is right there with me. I agree.
I did email one of the comic book companies in Plainfield, see if they're hiring, but they haven't gotten back to me yet.
You need a walking distance job or a job that you could like scooter to or ride a bike.
Either a walking distance job or a job where where Uber doesn't take me too far, like right in our local area.
Jay writes in, sounds like the Hackett of job coaches. Dominic says Coach Mosk has Adam Gase eyes.
She don't have Adam Gase eyes. Trust me, you haven't seen the woman.
What does she look like? Describe her.
She's around my height. Short hair. Tannish. With glasses. Very pleasant personality.
Dominic says his coach is dragging her feet and not doing her due diligence.
Big fella wants to talk to me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if the big fella wants to talk to Charles Gorman, who am I to sit here and not allow that conversation to happen?
Well, he's home sitting in a chair, 'cause his back hurts. On the road, he's sitting in a chair, in an upgraded hotel room. He calls the show his ass is in a chair. His wife thinks he's weird. He got a beard. He loves the Jets, the Super Chats. He's a big fella. He's all alone in a room on a chair. That's a big fella.
Hey, Charles, listen, we're all here for you, man. But this woman, she is not doing a good job for you, pal. I mean, you did her job for her today.
Correct.
And that's why she's happy. She's like, oh, I don't have to do anything. Charles did it for me. That's bullshit. You're the one who needs the job. Okay? She has a job and she's dragging her feet. She could be a nice woman or whatever, but for your situation right now, she's being useless. She should be setting up interviews for you and stuff like that. Not giving you interviews or anything like that with a job that's way out of the way for you and knowing that you don't drive. That's some bullshit. And I get that you want to be respectful and everything like that. I understand that. Okay. But you have to talk to her with some urgency. Okay. You have to be able to get your point across that, hey, this is bullshit. I need a job. I need to put money in the bank, put food on the table. And I need you to find me something that is actually feasible for me to go to. Okay. That's what you need. That's what you need to do. Stop with the, oh, she's a nice woman. She could be the nicest woman in the world, but she's useless. Make her earn her money. You understand? Make her earn her money, because you saying she's nice and everything like that is not helping you.
Good point.
You did her job for her today. Big fella's 1,000% right with that.
Yeah, she should have been the one that said that. Nick Shine's the one who told you last night about going to the tracks thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She could have done that. She could have looked up businesses in your area that you could walk to, or you could maybe take a bus to or something like that. So you wouldn't have to spend your whole paycheck going back and forth to a job that, makes her look good, but is a pain in the ass for you that you probably won't keep because it's too far away.
I think Big Fella should be the job coach on record for Charles Gorman.
I have too many titles, man. I can't do that. But Charles, you have to talk to her like you need the job. You have to talk to her with urgency. Okay, you have to tell her you gotta do it. You can't lay back and be like, "Oh, I'm Charles. I'm respectful. I'm this." And you can be respectful, forceful enough to get your point across. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're all looking out for you. You know what I mean? But
yes, I understand.
But you gotta tell her to put up or shut up because it ain't helping you, pal.
I get what you're saying. Trust me.
Like this warehouse job, in theory, is great if you drove, but you don't drive. So unless that changes, this is a waste of an audition on Tuesday because it's too far away. Plug in right now how far it would take you on either Uber or Lyft to get to this warehouse. If it's at least $30 each way, I mean, think about that. That's going to add up.
Yeah, and you can't work full time anyway because of your benefits. Okay, yep. So it's like, are you going to take multiple trips throughout the week, for not a lot of money? It makes no sense.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it doesn't.
And the thing is, if you tell her, "Oh, well, I have this," that's great. I have the interview in Piscataway for the wear, which is good if someone drove. Okay, but obviously your situation is not like that. Okay, so what she'll do is say, "Hey, I got this kid an interview and she'll put it in her book, and her boss will be like, "Oh, she's doing a good job because she got him an interview." Meanwhile, it's not realistic.
Now, Charles, of the places that are walking distance, you mentioned there were like some Indian restaurants, right?
Indian places, Indian jewelry stores, yeah, that type of stuff, yeah.
Have you tried those places yet? Like that should be your next task.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good point.
You should work from the inside out.
It's great strategy.
Okay? You should work from, you have like stores around you that are close so you can walk to, you go there first. And if you don't get anything there, you take another block and you go farther and then you go farther. Okay. That's the way you should do it.
Got it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I got to go.
Big fella, one of the great calls you've ever made.
I got a patient in here. All right, man. Talk about it.
Big fella, check it in. Charles, I think that was
wants to call in too.
Who does?
Barbarossa.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently this show has become the Get Charles a Job convention. Barbarossa is next up today. Hello, Barbarossa.
Hey, what's going on? I swear to God, I have something about the Jets to say too. I promise.
Okay.
But, happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Charles, but I agree with a lot of what the big fellow was saying. Some of that I was going to say myself. Definitely with the restaurants, because if you can't work a certain number of hours more, you want to get a job that's off the books.
Great point.
Like that'd be the move. Like you can work 40 hours off the books, and it's like you're not working. If that's so you should consider a restaurant if you've ever done that before. But my second thing was like, do you have
I've been in a restaurant before, but it wouldn't be a bad idea.
I was going to ask, like, do you have a resume that you've given this job coach?
Yes, I have. She has a copy of it. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. If you wouldn't mind, I would be happy to take a look at it and help you with it and maybe tailor it to some of the jobs that you want to get. Because even though I work in the public sector, I've spent a lot of time applying to other schools and stuff like that, and even outside of the school kind of job setting. The best thing to do if you want to get a job, because I've gotten interviews, is to tailor your resume to the job you want to get to a certain degree. Read the job description, and then in your skills and in the just in the about you, you want to write those things. You don't want to lie, but you can definitely tailor your resume to the job that you want to get. So, you should have you should think about what kind of jobs you want to apply to, and then have resumes for those kinds of jobs. Because the skills that you need for a restaurant might be a little different than for a warehouse or for something else. And that would be my suggestion for that. But if you put it in the Discord, if you want my help, I'd be happy to help you. So
No problem, man. Thank you so much.
yeah, you got it. All right. So my Jets point, I wanted to, I've mentioned him a couple of times before. Xavier Gibson, and he hasn't, man, the man hasn't done anything since week 1 against the Bills 2 years ago. Like, why does he, is he going to make this team? And if so, like, why? Because as much as I like the guy, I don't really think someone who has done nothing in 2 years really should be making a team. And honestly, I think I'd rather have him. I think I'd even rather have Malachi Corley over him because we know a lot less about Corley. But that's just me. I'm not the coach.
Well, I think Corley might be lower on the depth chart. Not I think he is in the eyes of the coaches right now. I don't think Gibson's great either. I think they think he's better than Corley. The name to watch is Jamal Pritchard, who we talked about with Nick on the show. Is a UDFA, incredible speed, special teams guy. That's the guy who maybe could steal a roster spot from Gibson. But they like Gibson better than any of us realize because he was out there with the ones and a lot of packages in their slot. That's why I've been pounding the table for, hey, let's just sign Keenan Allen and have a real slot guy to help Garrett out this year. But they like him more than we think. That said, I mean, let's see what happens when the pads come on and Corley's actually healthy. He barely practiced the last couple of weeks. He's dealing with some sort of injury. So if he's healthy for training camp, he's playing for his roster spot. Maybe he does push Gibson a little bit.
Yeah. Another question is, maybe you've answered this before, but exactly how much salary cap room do we have going into this year? Like, how much more money can we spend? Do you have any idea?
I think it was like $36 million on June.
Oh, that's a lot of money. So that's like,
yeah, it's the fourth most in the NFL.
That's like 3 big contracts or like 5 or 6 smaller ones. Like we could absolutely sign Clowney and Keenan Allen. I know they're over 30 and that's not what the coaching staff seems to want to do as you know, you and a lot of others have kind of brought up on previous shows. But those 2 guys, I mean, Michael Clemens should not be starting. Like I'm gonna scream if I see him out there on Sunday against Pittsburgh. Like if he's starting, I'm gonna scream. Like I really am. He should not be starting.
I'm not a big fan of Michael Clemens either.
Like it's just he can't be starting. Like Jadeveon Clowney's got to be better than that. And like we've said it before, Garrett Wilson goes down, we're cooked. We're done. So a wide receiver 2 like Keenan Allen, who he was a number 1 at one point, right? Wasn't he like for when he was on the Chargers or something, right?
Yeah, I mean he's been a great player for a while.
Right. So he knows how to do that. He knows how to be that guy. Like we've had so much luck with Garrett Wilson. I feel like it'd be a wise move to get someone like Keenan Allen. That's just my take on. That's just my 2 cents. But cheers, AsManiacs. Thanks, Jake.
Barbarossa, great call. I pulled up the cap stuff here from Over the Cap. 5th in cap space. They have almost $37 million. They're 6th in dead cap this year. That includes C.J. Mosley. That includes Tyron Smith. That includes Mike Williams. That obviously includes the split of Rodgers' contract over the next 2 years. If you look ahead, though, the Jets next year, they're going to have the 11th most salary cap space in the league going into the offseason. But there's a bunch of cap gymnastics they can do to create even more space, which is why if this team is decent this year, expect them to be a lot more aggressive in free agency and what should be a better free agent class. Especially if they think like they're a couple players away from taking that next step. All right, back to the Charles Gorman job fair, everyone. Cynthia writes in, what a show. It has everything. Jets takes, comedy, live entertainment, community, and career advice. Way to go, Jake. Charles, do you have your resume handy?
Do I have my resume with me? No, I think I left it when when I go back home, I'll bring it.
You don't have it on file, like an email?
It's on a flash drive.
Oh, you don't have it saved anywhere? Like you never sent an email with the resume in PDF?
Let me go check. Let me turn on my computer.
Check your email. If you have it, send it to me. I'll bleep out all your personal information, your address and all that. And we'll break down the resume on the air, and this community might be able to help you find the job. Maybe one that's worked from home, which would be ideal. Ladies and gentlemen, I will get to more of the super chats right now. Daz, I have you down in the raffle for 5. Get me in the raffle.
Because I blocked him. I didn't block him at all.
Yeah, okay, you didn't block Daz. There is a mighty fine place in my office for that picture when I win it. Daz, good luck. I will ship international to you, my friend, if you win this Garrett Wilson signed photo that I will give away at the end of this stream.
I still can't believe he made that catch. That catch was insane.
King Lowski writes in, Charles, get some achievement about yourself and think before you act, son. I expect an invite to dinner at the new place, JETS, 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 Jets.
Yes, King Lowski, I'll make sure I'll invite you.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
Are you rubbing your nipples there, Charles?
My chest is not my nipples, no.
Your chest is going to itch if you don't get aftershave. Your thoughts on that?
It's true. You know, I would most likely itch.
Do you have baby powder?
Do I have aftershave? No, I don't.
Do you have baby powder?
Oh, baby powder. No, I do not.
Gator says, can you DoorDash aftershave? You could do that on Grubhub. Grubhub will go to CVS or Walgreens. You should do that. Order some aftershave with the money we're sending you. Charles, I would appreciate it if on a show that thousands of people are going to be tuned into, if you could acknowledge the host when he asked you pertinent questions to the situation going on.
Sorry, I'm busy with I'm sorry, I'm focusing on trying to forward my file to you. Hold on.
All right. We'll let you do that because clearly the multitask thing is not going great. Let's say hi to Nate, who joins us now. Hello, Nate. Nate is currently on mute.
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Hello, Nate.
Interesting show for sure, Jake. Afternoon. Charles, how we doing?
Good. How are you? Are you behaving?
I'm pretty good. I'm on my way to see the best team in baseball. Yeah, Charles, that was a rough display. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely, I guess barber is out of the equation for the job application. Don't go to any barber shops.
I emailed you my resume, Jake.
Okay. AsmanJake@gmail.com, Charles.
Right there.
I've received the Gorman resume.
No way. All right, Jake, do your thing.
No,
Take it
Nate.
over.
Yeah, I need you to distract Charles and talk to him here as I get it ready for air. I want to make sure Charles' personal information isn't aired out there.
You need me to distract the chat?
Yep. I need you to just talk to the people or talk to Charles directly.
Let me go buy some mangoes.
Mm-hmm.
Mangoes.
Yeah, they got mangoes, and fresh fruit, from watermelon and all that.
That's good, man.
And then I got to go get my GPM Pride shirt at Citi Field. It's GPM Pride night. Hold on, I need my
I
map shape.
forgot about that.
You forgot it's GPM month?
No, I forgot the Mets are doing GPM on today.
Yeah, GPM Tank Top Day. How are you celebrating GPM?
I don't celebrate it.
You don't celebrate GPM at all?
I mean, I acknowledge it, but I don't celebrate it.
That's fair. You know, the Mets do an Autism Awareness Day, too.
Oh, it's wonderful.
That's happening
That's
soon.
good.
My program will be going to that. Very excited for that.
When is the autism thing? Today?
No, it's definitely not the same day as GPM Day. They definitely separate that.
I think, I know this is going to piss off my fellow Yankee fans, but I think the Mets and SNY have the best broadcasting booth in the Yankees.
You know what, Charles? We could be friends again. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for telling the truth to the people.
Even my dad acknowledges it. He likes...
Dennis?
Yes, my father. He really likes Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling, and is it Gary Cohen?
It is Gary Cohen. Yes, correct.
We like him a lot. You know, they're good broadcasters.
That's the three-man crew.
Yes.
All right, Nate. Feel free to call back after I break down the resume. All right.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a priority. Take care.
Thank
Do your
you
thing.
very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Gorman resume. I made sure to go through and get rid of any personal information here that Charles wouldn't want thousands of strangers to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will pull it up on the screen here, and we'll be able to go through it. Now, Charles, the first thing I would say, I don't know if it's changed since I last had to do a resume, which was a while ago. Usually the resume should all be on one page. You got a 2-page resume, which is a big pain in the ass, but I'll let the job professionals out there tell me otherwise. Here we go. Charles Gorman, objective, responsible, confident, and reliable individual seeking a position that complements my education and experience. Education. Centenary, how do you say your school? Centenary University, Hackettstown, New Jersey. A BS in criminal justice and a minor in political science.
That's correct.
Also, compliments is spelt wrong here on the resume. Unless I'm wrong.
No, it's with an I instead of an E. Someone must have put it there.
Yeah, look, like this is a grammatical error, so we can fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to professional experience now. Burlington store in Edison, New Jersey, a retail receiving associate. Charles, it says you currently work there. This can't be correct.
That's correct, yes.
You are working here or not?
No, I'm not. No, I'm saying you are correct. That means I'm no longer working there.
Right, so we got to update the resume here because you don't currently have a job. Am I wrong here, Charles? You're not really giving me much feedback.
You are correct, Jake. I currently am unemployed.
Okay. Well, okay, here we go. While you were there, you received freight and convey shipments from the shipping/receiving platform to the back room, process, ticket, store, move, and display merchandise, stock, organize, and present new merchandise on the sales floor, perform other tasks as assigned by manager from time to time. Okay. So, what other types of work does this qualify you for? Because this is the only professional experience you have listed on the resume, unless there should be something else listed here that you have not added yet.
Well, I used to work. Oh, this is the resume that I put. I used to work at DSW Shoes in Island. I mostly did stocking and help with the back.
Okay. How come that's not on the resume then?
As the resume, that's the son of a bitch.
Yes, Charles.
This must have been one of my earlier drafts of the resume.
So this is not the actual resume then?
That is correct.
That's good. Find us the actual resume. And please fire your job coach, because if this is your resume, I'm questioning everything.
I probably got to go back home and get it.
So you have nothing in your email of a recent resume you sent to a potential employer? The dog ate your actual resume. That's what Roseanne just said. Is that true?
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
This is unbelievable. Also, let's get through the rest of the resume as Charles is doing stuff. Volunteer experience. What are we doing here? All right, volunteer experience. Alliance Center for Independence, Edison, New Jersey, January 2018 through January 2020. Perform data entry work, assist with mailing of flyers regarding major social events, perform other office-related duties as assigned. This is, I don't know, this doesn't make much sense to me. We got to get rid of the italics as well, Charles. Roosevelt Care Center, Edison, New Jersey, assisted in the recreation department in activities such as modified bowling, social discussion, and assisted in dining assistance. See, these are some good skills here. Provided support to the recreation director as instructed. Worked in the food service department with food preparation, silverware sets, and placing clean dish trash in their correct locations. Adhered to safety food handling procedures. Tell us more about this job, Charles.
I help cut their food. I helped them with exercise and activities. I was involved. I got very much involved.
Okay. Purple Belt Mike says, italics shouldn't be used for the entire resume, just the name and dates. Barbarossa says restaurant kitchen job has his name on it. Well, Chef Kevin offered him a job, but the problem was it was too far away from where Charles is based. Alan says Charles should work at Costco. For once, Alan actually makes a salient point. Charles, you do love Costco. Have you considered that as a possible location?
I'll try applying there again.
Why don't you try and apply for a job there?
Last time I tried to apply for a job, they didn't get back to me.
Well, you got to follow up. You get told no. That doesn't mean you just quit.
I know.
They're always looking for people at those type of retail spots. Oscar writes in, Charles, they'll ask you about your prior experience in the job interview. You have to be more detailed. That is true. You got to be able to articulate what you have on the resume. Tom A says, Charles, what businesses are within a 10-minute walk from your place?
Well, that I'm aware of? Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, why don't we do this? If you're not aware, go on Google Maps right now, look at where your address is, and just scan the area that you're in, and let's see what's there.
Jake, I'm going to give you another copy of my resume that I found, okay?
Okay. This is some show, folks. I am doing a Garrett Wilson giveaway at the end here, so that might be the extent of the Jet talk you're going to get at this point. Good Lord. Are there any job experts out there who would like to call in and talk to Charles? Eli says, I could see Charles working at an arcade.
That's not a bad idea.
These are all good ideas. Are you going to do something about it, though?
Yes. I could probably try to work at a Dave & Buster's or something.
Love Dave & Buster's. Seen many Jet wins back in the day at Dave & Buster's.
Last time I went there, I was with my my local Alliance Center for Independence. It was nice. Food there wasn't too bad either. Pretty pricey, but not bad.
Just to finish the resume here, Charles' skills are listed at Microsoft Office applications, Word,
Excel, PowerPoint, Publisher, Access Connection, yes.
Ooh, definitely don't put shaving as one of your skills, all right?
I'll keep that in mind.
Charles, I don't even want to pull up this next resume here. It says updated as of February 2022. That's already outdated.
But I used to work at Boscov, so I used to work at Boscov's. Tells you there.
Yeah, but this is not, you don't even have, what does your job coach even do? This resume you just sent me is not up to date.
I didn't give her that resume. I gave her a different one.
Well, we're trying to go through a resume that is recent. You just sent me another old one. Why am I wasting my time editing that one when that one is also outdated?
I should have brought my hard drive. my flash drive.
Do you actually
Check
have
my
a
house.
current resume, though? That's what we're saying. I don't think you necessarily do based on what you're saying.
I believe I do have a current copy of my resume. It's just at home in the flash drive.
No. Not when we say current copy, I mean updated, as in like when you send it to an employer, it's
Yeah, I
your
know what
most
you're saying,
recent
yes.
work.
I think my current copy is on a flash drive.
Okay. Well, we'll wait for that. In the meantime, I still think you should do what many in the chat have suggested and look into some places that are near you. You go to Costco a lot. That should be a place you definitely check out. Some of these restaurants, small businesses that are nearby, card stores, comic book stores, anything. Where's the nearest supermarket? Dave Briga. Is it Costco? What about Shop and Stop?
Stop and Shop?
Stop and Shop, yeah.
I'll look into that.
Trader Joe's. Lane Kerner works at Trader Joe's.
I know, he told me.
Kyle Clifton writes in, I love Charles. Today's false start with the televised shave does not shake my faith in his ability to land a gig.
Thank you.
Mike says, never seen someone not want a job this much. Dana says, starting to give Mosk a break. Can't lead a horse to water and make it drink.
There's a Stop and Shop in East Brunswick. There's a Stop and Shop in Westfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Chaperone is on the line. We say hello to Nick Shine again. Hello, Nick.
What's up, buddy? How are you? So you were aware that tomorrow I had some plans with Charles and we were going to do something fun, right?
Yes.
I think I'm going to scrap that. And Charles, what we're going to do, we were going to shoot like a little video, something fun natured. And I think we should use that time with me having a car to move you around, go to a couple places that I think are close in the area. That'll work for you. So if we can get you an updated resume tonight, I work till 11. I'm not able to do this. So community, if we can get Charles an updated resume and to me, if you get it to Jake, Jake can get it to me. I'll print out a couple copies. I'll take Charles around to a couple places tomorrow. And instead of shooting our spoof video, Charles will be productive with the day and try to get you employment tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
You know, we tried the car wash. I was there this morning. I spoke to them. They're not hiring right now. Charles still stopped by, dropped his name and number off. I go there at least once a week. So I'm going to keep checking in with them for when they are hiring. There's a Chili's right there, Charles, a couple of stores down from the car wash. We'll stop there, see if they need help with someone bussing or cleaning the tables. There's a couple other spots in the area that we can try, but we'll do that tomorrow, right?
No problem, man.
Charles, be grateful for what Nick is doing. All right. And before you even answer that, Charles, I just posted the link to Nick's YouTube channel in the chat. Subscribe to Nick Shine's YouTube channel because he's a good man, truly a genuine human being. And Charles, I don't think you realize how good of a friend Nick is being by doing that for you tomorrow.
I know he's a good friend.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, I'm sitting here listening to it as I'm working. I'm like, you know what? It would just be a waste of time tomorrow to have something fun when something this, important is lingering over him. So I'll bring you around. We'll get a couple places, Charles. Like I said, if somebody can help with the resume and I can have that in hand tomorrow, I'll be your job coach and I'll go in there, Charles, on your behalf, present you, and then leave you to seal the deal with whoever.
Okay, thank you.
So I have 2 old resumes, but I don't know what to add for current stuff, right? That's the thing.
Didn't you work at the hospital when I first met you last year? You were working at Kennedy Hospital when I was there, right? Like in
that was part of the program, yes.
Okay.
You
All
can
right,
still
so if you're
mention
part
that
of your
on the
Go ahead.
resume. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're part of the program, you just put down a couple different things that you did if it was under one blanket. Like Jake said earlier, you don't want to have multiple pages. You want to kind of be bullet pointed with it and highlight your skill sets. But yeah, we should be able to at least get you out there tomorrow with a couple things.
This is a real job coach. That's a job coach right there. All right.
We'll try Dave & Buster's. There's a place opening on Route 1 right next to Top Golf. It's called Albatross. It's mini golf and a bowling place that's about to open. I'm sure they're going to need help, right? They're a week away from opening. We can try something like that where, you know, people are going to have tables. They're going to be eating. They can have someone who maybe just needs to wipe the tables down, you know, do something simple where you're there for a couple hours and, you know, it's not too far of a ride. But we'll kick some ideas around. I'll make some calls to people who I know who manage businesses in the area, and see what we can get you. All right.
No problem.
I am right now putting Charles' resume that I have in the chat GBT, because several people in the chat have said to do that.
Nice.
Make this a much better professional resume is the task. I will see what chat GBT comes back with. It can't be worse than what we just went through there. Jojo with a super chat. Amazing. Charles, you got everyone's support. And Nick Shine, you are awesome.
No, thank you, Jojo.
Charles, from shaving to a job. What a day.
Yeah, let's get you. You know what we'll do, Charles? Well, I'll take you tomorrow and we'll go get you a nice clean shave. I'll take you to one of the good places. We'll get you shaved up so you look nice, professional. Don't wear any superhero shit tomorrow. I know that's your whole wardrobe, but if you have like a polo shirt, like a golf shirt or something, maybe a pair of like khaki pants, you know, look presentable, like you want the job. You know,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Leave the fanny pack at home or in the truck when we go in.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And then you know, we'll go get you a haircut. We'll get you trimmed up to finish the rest of that shave. You're leaving your shirt on though at the place, and then we'll bring you around. All right. Me and Nikki will be with me. I got to work till like 2:00 at Kennedy High School, and then I'll scoop you up right after that. You know what I'll bring you? Perfect. Me and Nikki were gonna go to the gym. At the gym, the LA Fitness I go to, they have people who go around and wipe the machines down. Something simple like that, where you can do something like that. We'll see if they're hiring. We'll try a couple places. There's plenty of places and businesses in Woodbridge Township to get you involved with.
Thank you, Nick Shen. I appreciate that, my friend.
No problem. Jake, if this chat GPT thing works with the resume, we might, by the end of the summer, we get Charles working. You know the next step, right?
Oh, God. What is the next step?
Online dating profile for him.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not doing an online dating profile. Fuck that.
Charles, if we're doing something for you, you got to do something for us. Jake and I will both have access to it. We'll swipe left or right for you. We'll figure this out. We'll make you King Gorman by the end of the year.
Here's what you should do too, Nick. Film some of the behind-the-scenes content tomorrow of Charles trying to get a job. Obviously, you can't film like him talking to the head of Chili's, but like after each interview, do a quick, 30-second check-in with him on how the day's going, and we'll send it to our guy Gator for the Charles Gets a Job video of champions.
We were going to do a spoof training video since he had the tryout on Tuesday. Like it was going to be like me like Mickey, him like Rocky. We were going to do like a training video getting him ready for the tryout. But if we can be productive with Charles, then that's a much better route to go with.
Also, ChatGPT, not the move for resumes. The words they use are better, and it did a nice job taking Charles's skill sets and making it sound more professional. It just looks bad, but it's better, I guess, than what he had. So I'll send you it, Nick, and you tell me if you want to use it or not.
What did it come with? It took Charles's resume and all his likes. It was like, able to leap buildings in a single bound, faster than a speeding bullet.
This was the professional summary. Dedicated and dependable professional with a background in retail operations, data entry, and community service. Proven ability to support team goals, provide outstanding customer service, and contribute to smooth daily operations. Known for being a quick learner, effective communicator, and reliable team member, seeking a position where I can contribute my skills and continue to grow professionally. The wording is actually outstanding. It's just the layout is not great, but the way it broke down what Charles does is pretty good.
can you add like bullet point this as like a task for it to do, or maybe it's more bullet pointed? I know resumes they want short and to the point like that, right?
You can add, yes, I could send the Microsoft version of this. I got it as a PDF here.
No, I mean resubmit Chat GPT how to edit it from there.
Oh, yes, you can do that.
Like throw different tasks at it.
Correct. You can do that. Yes.
We need like Addison, Knob, and like Gator to use their AI skills for good.
What do you mean? This is pretty good.
Well, I mean the tweaking that they do with like,
yes,
the songs
sure.
that they make, like they re-edit it constantly to perfect it. We need that to come in. But all right, Charles, big night. Get a good night's sleep. Don't overdo it with sugar and eating badly, where in the middle of an interview you have to go drop a deuce and you're gone for 15 minutes.
No problem, man.
And don't be drinking soda at 11:45 at night. You can't be sleeping well doing that. Having a Rice Krispie treat and chugging a soda last night on my show, Jake, at 11:45 at night.
Good God.
But
also, I'm working on this resume here. I'm doing this Chat GPT requesting improvements. I'll send you some sort of version and we'll go from there.
All right, yeah. Give me. I'll print a couple of them out, and we'll get those out for him tomorrow.
All right.
What time you going on tomorrow? You morning tomorrow?
Late morning. 11 a.m. hour, most likely.
Okay. All right. This is where I throw it out to the chat. I got to work till 2 o'clock. If you want live reports of what's going on tomorrow, a lot of call-ins tomorrow morning for Jake. Keep the show going, and we can have a call-in.
I love it. Either way, Nick Shine, you are a tremendous man. By the way, compliments is right on the first resume, according to Clifton. So, I don't know. I thought compliments was spelled differently. I guess there's different compliments. I don't know. I'm not smart. That's why I talk about a bad football team. Anyway, people who are smart, like Nick Shine, they're going to help Charles get a job. Nick, you're a hero.
I need that clipped, Gator. Jake calling me smart. We need that clipped. I need that in an intro, please. Be good, guys.
Nick Shine, everyone. Sorry. Go ahead.
Charles, I'll call you later.
There we go. Perfect. All right, Charles. I'm going to bring on.
She has an updated copy of my resume and she can email it to me, okay?
Coach Mosk has a resume for you?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Ask your job coach to actually be a coach for once and do something. All right?
No problem, man. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, before you go, Charles.
So much crap.
Charles, wait. I got one more coach on the line for you, all right?
Is it Purple Belt Mike?
It is not. It is Big Cho. Coach Cho, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Cho, what's up with the Redskins shirt?
I'm originally from DC, so that's my NFC team. I'm gonna be real with you.
NFC team? You can't rock gear for another team.
Yeah, man. I was born and raised in DC 25 years.
So?
When they were actually good, but my AFC team's always been the Jets.
You can't have two teams, though.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. You got to have an AFC team and an NFC team.
So if the Jets played the Commanders, or sorry, the former Redskins, now Commanders, in the Super Bowl, who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Jets.
I'm very confused, though. Like, do you feel like you had a great season a year ago because the Commanders were in the NFC Championship game?
I hate that word, man. Call them the Redskins, and then we'll discuss.
Okay, whatever you want to call them. The R words, the Redskins, the Washington Football Club.
Yeah, I thought they had a good season. They had a good season.
Yeah, but were you like living and dying with it? Like, what is your level of fandom for them versus the Jets?
Nah, they're second tier behind the Jets.
A lot of people are calling you a fraud, Big Cho. This is not good.
Man, listen. Let me just tell you something about my background. I used to teach physical education and health in high school, middle school, high school. Now I'm in college. And your physical education clothes is basically like sports gear. So what I used to do is I'm a collector. So I have gear from all teams, from all colleges, and I would used to get requests from students. Like they'll be like, yo, you got any NC State stuff to wear for me tomorrow? Or Do you have any blah bitty blah to wear tomorrow? So it just kind of caught on, and that's just how I roll.
Charles, what are your thoughts on Big Cho's fandom?
It's fine. I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Thank you,
But
Charles.
Washington isn't.
Go ahead.
The Washington Redskins, I prefer to call them the Redskins.
Thank
They're
you.
a historic franchise. Were you a fan of Joe Gibbs? Because he's a great coach.
Yes, sir. Excellent coach.
Good man, too. You know, I don't think he gets enough credit for being one of the greatest coaches in NFL history. He won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks, and none of them are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That is true. Very good, Charles. Hey, by the way, Charles, I hope you get a job, man. I'll be rooting for you. If I get the Knicks job, I'll get you on as doing the towels or the water or something.
Thank you, Mr. Cho. Thank you.
Come on. Coach Cho, thank you very much. Oh, my God. All right. You know what? Stay there, Charles. This guy doesn't call often, and I'm fascinated by what he has to say about this. Robert C. is on the line. Hello, Robert.
Yeah, I'm wondering about this job, Charles, too. I mean, I get the impression that he's afraid of high-stress jobs where he's going to have a boss, you know, yelling at him. I know that, I mean, he could work for a loading dock, and I know you could have a boss like that there. But if he gets a loading dock job and the boss gives him leeway, he feels like he's accomplishing something. You know, taking stuff, lifting heavy items off the shelves, accomplishing a lot physically. I mean, I think he'd be happy. He just wants to avoid something that's high stress. Right?
Something like that, yeah.
You want to avoid high stress, Charles, right? You want to feel like you're accomplishing something.
Of course, I always want to feel I'm accomplishing something. One of my biggest fears is failure.
I mean, it's a fear I have. I mean, that's why I'm saying this, you know? So.
Hold the phone still, Robert.
Hi, Tammy.
Am I frozen?
You're great, Robert. You're
Oh,
tremendous.
Tammy's in the back. Tammy doesn't want to come on. She's in the background. Was I frozen?
No, you're staticky a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I got to get closer to the router. I mean, we have high speed, about 110 megabytes per second, so it's not that bad. Is that a little better?
Somewhat, yes.
Go near the Wi-Fi router, Robert.
I am.
You look great.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm hoping to get a haircut soon.
I think you should grow it out. Keep going.
It's grown up.
Says I should grow it out. I thought an Australian Jet fan kind of looked like Robert Plant yesterday.
AsmanJake.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi.
It's probably my phone. If I use, let's say, Tammy's phone or something, I've got a cheap phone. So if I came on with, if I use Tammy's phone or something, it'd probably work better.
You should use Tammy's phone next time, Robert. That'd be great.
I will. I will. Trying to think of the Jet situation here. I mean, unfortunately, we got about 5 or 6 weeks to training camp starts.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be okay if shows continue to be like this one.
Do you know what date does training camp start? About July 25th, because that's my birthday. I mean, it's usually sometime around then. You know what date it is?
I think July 22nd is the date I'm hearing.
All right, so about 3 days before my birthday. Okay.
Now, where have you been, Robert? You've been away from the show. I really miss your calls. You bring a lot to the table.
Yeah, I cut down on my comments. I start thinking I'm annoying people or something, but I've been watching almost
We
everything.
watch every day.
Yeah, Tammy says we watch every day. Yeah.
Watch every day. We look forward to it.
That's awesome. Well, you guys are great
I
callers.
might not watch the shows right away though. I watch just about every show.
We need you calling as much as possible, Robert, especially you and Tammy together. It's a dynamic duo that's tough to stop.
Right. We're the dynamic duo. Can you go on, Tammy? Tammy, you ready? No. Okay.
I'll go on another time.
Tammy will come on soon, but not today.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert, can you sing for us for like old time's sake?
Try to think of something.
Give us a little Frank Sinatra.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna get going.
Sinatra's not a good choice for me today.
Sinatra's not a good choice. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me say goodbye to Charles. Charles, big day for you
Not
tomorrow.
today, at least.
All right, get after it with Nick Shine. We're all rooting for you. We believe in achievement on this show, and we believe you're going to get a job.
Hopefully I do. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gorman. Now back to Robert C. And Charles, I'll send you the Venmo after I get done with work here. Yes, this is technically work. Robert, what are you in the mood to sing? You know, who are some of your favorite musical artists?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. How's that?
That was great. Yeah, keep going. Whatever you want to do.
Because I have the haircut of a the haircut of a lion right now. Does anybody have any ideas in the chat? Trying to. I can't see anything.
We see you.
Yeah, I can't see the chat because I'm in StreamYard right now and not YouTube. Yeah, the chat is supposed to go over to.
He's gone. But I'll enjoy the memories we made along the way from that call. Robert C. and Tammy are back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's finish strong here. We're over the 2-hour mark. I'm giving away this at the conclusion of the show. So stick around for that and enter the raffle if you want in. Plus, you're automatically entered in next week's raffle, which is our top prize, is a Joe Namath football, a Darrelle Revis football, both signed and authenticated. Okay. Let's say hello to Josh, who's next. Hey, Josh.
What's up, Jake? Couple things to say.
Go ahead, Josh.
First of all, I need to thank you for, I think it was 2 days ago, Ask Jake Anything segment. It went a lot farther than I was expecting it to, but I had a ton of fun. And I got my fair share of questions in.
You did a tremendous job, Josh. It was a great suggestion, and I think the community enjoyed it. So good job by you.
Pleasure to be of service. Just this show. I mean, I'm trying to internally comprehend. My top three are the first Charles shaving blunder, Beast canning 6 rings, and then I think this one takes the cake, but it's close. I mean, it's a 3-way photo finish.
We've been on quite the run. Now, those are 3 shows that you mentioned that all happened within like the last month. So I'd say we're doing pretty
Not
good.
even, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is school out, by the way? You're done, right? How'd the finals
Yes,
go?
I finished that math final. It was
right.
really easy.
Let's go.
Yes. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of Jets breaking news these days to get to react to, but it'll come one day.
Now, let me ask you something, Josh. Do you think kids in your age demographic would like the Charles Gorman shave segment? How would they feel about it?
I would say so. It's a good learning experience of what not to do, you know?
Okay. You guys don't shave yet, so I was curious if it really hits home at all.
Yeah, example, you know. But tell Charles that if he gets a job at that Top Golf region that Nick was suggesting, I'll go visit him because I was just at that Top Golf and I know exactly where it is. Please get a job at that Top Golf, Charles. It'll suit you well. Although you might have to Uber there. You definitely can't cross the 6-lane highway on foot.
So you'd visit Charles at Top Golf if he works there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
He can be my bay man. He can take my Dr. Pepper for me.
I love it. I'm excited, Josh. I feel like Charles is on his way. I think he's headed down a good path. Now, you're a lot younger than Charles, but have you worked before? I don't. Have you had a summer job before? I mean, do you have any work experience as where you're in
Not
eighth
like
grade?
in person. I've done a couple like play-by-play things, but like
Okay.
not like manual labor, no.
No. So, what are you up to this summer?
I got a couple camps on the line.
Okay.
A little bit of signed up for a 3-day some service learning trip in Maryland, bringing food to people or something. My mom signed me up for it.
Nice. That sounds like you're doing some good charity work.
Yeah, and then 10 days in Maine, I think. So we'll be on the pond with good old Unc. But other than that, it's a pretty chill summer.
Any intentions on stopping in Vermont and saying hello to the Midnight Brothers?
I haven't thought that one through yet, but that sounds like a good activity for ski season. I'm always up there to go to Killington once a year. So
Well, there you go. Well, Josh, I'm glad finals went well. Great call, and spread the word to your friends that this channel is open for people of all ages to tune in.
will do. Appreciate it, Jake. See you next week.
Josh checking in. Great job by Josh there. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Kent just gifted 5 channel memberships. He's in our raffle for 5.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rick, thank you. Dan, the Jet fan, got you down for one. Patriots 12 with a suggestion. Says, Nick, can you get him a cover letter? Hospital, great job. Or comic book store. We are working on all that. Patriots 12. Thank you for the super chat. Hopefully, Charles Gorman will be an employed man for the next couple weeks. His job coach is not getting it done, so we'll be his job coach. The AsManiacs. Let's see. Dave Brigger writes in, you can't have 2 teams. Don't believe that fandom narrative. AFC, NFC teams. Split allegiances like having 2 starting quarterbacks. Big Cho, would you like to respond to Dave Brigger?
Yeah, man. It's not a big deal, dude. I'm still through and through Jets fan. I just like if an NFC team, I just like a root for another team. That's all.
So you don't see the problem. So Dave Brigger, you think his take here is misguided?
I don't think it's a problem, but that he's allowed to have his own opinion. I got no problem with that.
Jack says you can't have 2 teams.
I'm just going to have to, what do they say? Agree to disagree.
Jay says it's like having another wife. Do you have more than one wife, Big Cho?
I'm actually divorced.
So you actually might have a second wife at some point then.
But it wouldn't be at the same time, no.
That's correct.
What's that called? Bigamy?
Having 2 wives?
Yeah. What's the name of that?
I'm the wrong guy to ask. I don't know.
Okay.
Speaking of wives, this guy just got married. He joins us now on the show. JJ's with us. Hello, JJ.
It's not called bigamy. It's called polygamy. But you were close.
Thanks.
So what are you? I missed it. What are your two teams?
You talking to me?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the number 1 team's the Jets. And then
your
the
other
NFC,
team?
Redskins.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't call them that anymore.
I was born and raised in D.C. 25 years before I moved down to North Carolina.
But you can't call them that term that you used anymore. You got to call them the Commanders now.
Negative.
It's not up to us.
Yeah, I don't worry about what people think, man. They're the Redskins to me. Like I
Yeah, but
said,
the Native Americans said they find that offensive. So you can't use it anymore. You just got to be respectful to the Native Americans.
actually they don't. There's a petition. Actually, there's a petition out right now trying to get the name back from the Native Americans. So you're misguided on that, my friend.
Well, didn't they say that the Native Americans complained and that's why they got rid of the name in the first place?
I think there was maybe some, but it was more of an outside source. Most of the Native Americans like the name because they feel like their history has been taken away from them as part of the NFL. What they're trying to do now is they're trying to bring back the uniform and the logo, but keep the name Commander, so that
Well,
they can incorporate.
you just said that they were trying to change the name back. So which one is it? Are they changing it back or not? I'm confused now.
No, they wanted to change it back. They had signed a petition, but now what's going on is they won't let them do it. So the next step is they're trying to get the logo back and the uniform colors and scheme back, but keep the Commander name. That's the next step.
Interesting. Speaking of Native Americans, so as Jake mentioned, I recently was married. I went down to Cancun for my honeymoon, and while I was down there, I went to the Mayan pyramids, and they used to play this game to the death. I don't know what it was called, but it was like this game that they would play, and the winners would be sacrificed. How do you feel about that?
Oh wow!
I don't know if I put you to sleep or if you just.
No, I'm listening. I'm intrigued. There's
Yeah,
something I wouldn't do. No.
Well, the interesting thing was if you won, you got sacrificed. Not if you lost. If you won, it was like an honor to be sacrificed. So you had to win this game that they played once a year. And, well, actually, they played it twice a year at the summer and winter solstice. And yeah.
So does that mean both people die?
No. So they played the game in the summer solstice, they said, and the winter solstice, right? And the winners would get sacrificed. Only the winners. So they would choose. It was like 7-on-7. It's like 7-on-7 basketball type of game. Does anybody in the chat know what I'm talking about, or you guys are lost? It was a Mayan game. Just look it up. I don't know. You look very bored. I'm sorry, I'm boring you. I'm sorry. Not my greatest call. I thought you would be interested in it because you're wearing a Redskins thing.
No, that's good. I was curious about that. Just something I never heard about.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. The Mayan pyramids is pretty cool. If you ever get an opportunity to go there, I would highly recommend it. I've been there and seen the court. Yeah, Rick Kent. We never know what you're talking about. The Nick Shine show says basketball on a circular hole rock. Yep. Whoever said that is absolutely correct. Jake is putting up.
I think I lost you. Jake, you there? Hello, Jake. Jake, where'd you go? Don't leave me hanging.
Ah, he's gone. Let's try to put the raffle names together. Come on, Cho. Where was the leadership there? It's the Coach Cho program. Anyway, what a show this has been, huh? So much for nothing going on in June. This is some show. And guess what? We still have a raffle to do. A Garrett Wilson signed and authenticated 8x10 photo of the greatest catch any of us will probably ever see. Thanksgiving night against the Texans last year. I'm going to give that away. And I'm going to give that away right now.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Here we go. We have given out an enormous amount of prizes this week between daily raffles, the 4 prizes today. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do this. Because once again, I'll repeat a line I've said a lot. If you're watching Jet content in June, you are a real one. Music. Here we go. I'm spinning the wheel. Someone's going to win. If you win, please email me, if I don't already have your information, where I am sending this to right here. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Spin the wheel right now. The winner is Eli Betts. I believe this is Eli's first ever raffle win. Eli is a newer viewer to the show, and now he's just won an Asmaniac daily raffle. Congrats, Eli, a true Jets fan, winning an awesome prize. Email me, Eli, if you're watching. Your info, he's in the chat. LFG, sweet. Eli, I'll do my best to get that sent out to you tomorrow. If not, definitely early next week for sure. Congrats to Eli. He is the winner. That is the end of what was one of the most insane shows that I have ever been a part of. From Charles Gorman shaving to the job search for Gorman to Coach Cho to JJ and Cho to Robert C. Unreal. What a program. What a time to be alive. Shout out to Genergy. She says Asmaniacs are the best community. Genergy winning a Walt Clyde Frazier jersey on the first show today. Amazing. You guys are the best. Thanks to everyone out there. Thanks to everyone who sent it a super chat. If you didn't win, don't worry. You're in our raffle for next week. I got all the names down. I'm planning on doing a show tomorrow in all likelihood. But if not, or if you can't tune in tomorrow, happy Father's Day, of course, to all the dads out there. We appreciate you, dads. Although my dad is the reason why I'm a Jet fan, so I question that often. On that note, thank you all for tuning in. I will talk to you guys soon, and I got quite the surprise for you here at the buzzer. If you missed Little Joey's birthday show, oh, baby, stop what you're doing and tune in now.
Make sure not to tell your friends and family that you've tuned in to a guinea pig's birthday party video. What in the hell are you even doing here?
It's Little Joey's birthday celebration.
Man, what a complete moron I am. The Gator Sports Show.
¿Cómo estás, señor? I know zero Spanish, so I'm assuming you're saying hello or something. There's little Joey. Any of you that hesitated to call in or tune in to this show, can you just look at that and tell me that isn't like one of the greatest things ever?
What am I doing on your bag?
You might have to pause the game, Charles, because this is important.
Happy birthday to you.
Look at him go. He wants a piece of watermelon, doesn't he?
What are you doing?
Hold on, I'm gonna get him a piece of lettuce here.
She says, I love little Joey.
He's my friend. Muchas gracias, señor.
You're welcome.
Eating my lettuce.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, baby, we're here. It's a celebration for little Joey. Happy
Look at him go.
birthday. Happy birthday to you. There are 68 people watching a guinea pig's birthday party.
Jake, if you go back to December when Beast first called in, did you ever imagine that you'd be wearing a shirt with his image on it, calling in to his guinea pig's first birthday show?
You know, when Beast first called in, I thought maybe we'll get this guy once a month if we're lucky. The fact that he has called in and has been such a part of the show to a point where we now all care about the man's guinea pig. I mean, it's a testament once again to the greatest community ever.
That's why you don't bring outsiders to the beer fest. You're the champ right there.
I don't know what that meant. This has gone perfectly, really. I mean, we don't get to see little Joey that often, and here we are seeing him.
I can't believe this is my life right now.
You ready to go into bed?
Bobby Midnight, you should end your stream out of respect to little Joey's birthday.
Put me in full screen then.
No, don't make demands. It's not your show.
Will you shut up?
Okay.
Happy birthday, little Joey.
But you can't have a birthday party without Peg and Artie.
Happy birthday to you. Nobody liked this guy.
Shut your big mouth for 5 minutes.
This guy, I think his mother dropped him on his head when he was a kid.
I'll shred you so fast that you'll go running back to your boyfriend, funnel butt.
Little by little, he developed a little posse. By the time this Bobby Beasley thing came around, I was so proud of our community because people that never said too many nice things about Beast had his back when it counted. I'll never forget that. I thought that was super cool.
That's the son of a bitch I want.
Just ignore him, Beast. He's not going to touch your guinea pig. He doesn't even live near you.
Beast, don't go to police station. By you going there, you're making it a thing.
Oh, that's a big fella.
I always had faith in you, man, ever since we first talked. And we argued for a whole show one time, about 2.5 hours in the private chat. You know, you've come a long way, man. You've come a really long way. And the people in this community love you. And of course, there's going to be some people who don't, but don't worry about them. See, you've come so far in this community, and I'm just proud of you, man. You've done an awesome job.
They don't make a lot of men like me like they used to nowadays. It's a very different world nowadays, and there's no saying. We grow up, we go to school, we go to high school, we go to college, and then you get married, and then you know. When you were going up against Patriots 12, I swarmed in like Sam Fisher, went right in the back of him, and just pulled a, sorry, little dude, wrong place, wrong time.
I'm just a Patriots fan. You know what that sound means? It means peace out, bro.
Beast sent 6 rings to the hole. Even if you're the biggest Beast hater out there, you got to respect the hell out of that move.
Happy birthday to you.
Does he want regular style or does he want like heavy metal style? What do you want, Beast?
A little Anthrax mixture with Public Enemy going.
Can you do that?
I don't know if I could do that, but I could go heavy metal or normal, whichever you want.
Hey, heavy metal with a little mixture of.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Since the live stream is going so well and so many people are watching, I don't know if you're aware of this, but my garbage man's birthday is next week. Can we get another show from you to honor him?
How angry is Bobby Midnight that no one's watching his show right now and everyone's tuned in for the birthday party of a guinea pig? Bobby's got his cat on the screen right now on his. He's trying to compete. He's getting destroyed. So I have it on mute, but it looks like he's getting very mad. I don't know. I guess someone's relaying to him that we're making fun of his low audience. Little Joey brings in the numbers, baby.
You're pretty impressive with that stroke there, petting him. You're pretty good with that motion.
I've done this for 16 years.
I'm sure you have, buddy.
Shut up!
Happy birthday to Joey. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! He likes Kevin James, doesn't he? He likes doing this too. This is his fun.
Oh, look at that.
Are you ready to go in? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Bonesy. Hey, you guys are awesome. But hey, to all these boys out here who want a piece of us, you better put up or you shut up. Win or go home. Don't sing it. Come here and bring it. We're going to give it to you right in the schnozzle.
Yes.
But to everybody who enjoyed this party, hey, you got a chance to do it. And hey, as they all say, we gotta go because the party just got too good and too hot tonight. As they all say, until next time, you can catch us all next time. Macho Man and Little Joey are on the way out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You get the out. What a birthday party, huh?
Great job. What a
my
host.
God.
Give it up for Gator, everyone. Subscribe to his channel, man. Come on now. Man, I've never wanted to be a part of something like a guinea pig's birthday party. So thank you for the opportunity. Cross that off the bucket list.
We'll end the show with a song that Daz made. Daz is a buddy of the show's here, and he made a little birthday gift for little Joey. And I thank all of you so very much for being part of this great celebration and helping me out. We'll catch you next time.
Lil Joey, happy freaking birthday! How y'all so, bitch? What? Lil Joey, happy freaking birthday! Lil Joey, happy freaking birthday! Happy freaking birthday! It's Lil Joey's birthday. All the cool kids invited. Bonesy turned up. Beast was delighted, mixing Henny and Red Bull to make crunk juice. Charles Gorman at the laptop, banging the tunes. Gators crowd pleasing, impersonating Jake. David T's eyeing up the last slice of cake. Brigger cares about achievement in the moon landing. Shouting
Gary's a moron and has no understanding.
Dad's a cool stiff in the corner making shit songs. Beasley is banned because he wears a thong. Joey is giggling with cake on his chin in a party hat and a happy grin. He saw Bobby Beasley trying to sneak in. Purple belt goes over and Kung Pao's him. So happy birthday, Lil Joey. Word to your mother and fuck you, Alan, you patriot lover. Happy freaking birthday. Happy freaking birthday.